Hello everyone, and welcome back to Revival Tournaments. This is Gold Mason, and I am joined once again by Big Will.
Did y'all know that I still have my old glasses on my desk? Like, I just never got rid of them.
Insightful.
Like, yeah. I just feel like, it makes me feel smarter to have, like, multiple pairs around, you know what I mean? But
Classic Four Eyes Syndrome, but in a good way, not the schoolyard bully way.
Yeah. Anyway, today we got CyberOdin and Mako from Week 6. I believe, is this the last Week 6 game that we have to cover here? Or
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Okay. Hell yeah.
But yeah, these two gamers, CyberOdin not doing super hot, but subbing in for the Dragonspiral Tyrants, and then Mako, who I believe is even on the week, or maybe 3-2 actually, or 2-3, one of those. But either way,
I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it's close to even, but it's good enough to the point where you're like, yeah, she did pretty well, I would say.
And, brand new to SPL starting, so pretty solid record overall.
In ADV anyway, she's been in RBY for a few years before this, but...
Fair enough. But we are jumping into this game now.
Alright. Guitar versus Salamence at the lead. This lead matchup is very intricate, but we see CyberOdin just go to Milo, which kind of... There's nothing... You don't really have to think if you have a Milo versus Mence Vitar, so you just kind of go to it, but...
Yeah, absolutely. And Milo being a Pokemon that CyberOdin is pretty comfortable on.
Absolutely. But we see a Fori immediately, so that kind of indicates from Mako's end we're going to see maybe a Pursuit Tyranitar and some alternate ways of dealing with water types. Blissey coming in here. Yep, this makes a lot of sense. I wonder if this Blissey is going to be Calm Mind. It is T-Bolt at the very least. Okay, I kind of expected that.
Yeah, but probably is going to be more of like a Wish... Thunderbolt Ice, something like that, to support the Foray, if I had to guess.
Maybe you could do that. I feel like Calm Mind is something I would expect here personally. I feel like Wish plus elemental moves is not the greatest because you can kind of just get put in really awkward situations versus like CMers, for example. But
one of my favorite teams is Wish Elementals, but
sure.
But it was a specific C team for Astamatidos.
Sure. But anyway, yeah, Milo able to put on the pressure with this Toxic onto the Blissey. It might have Natural Cure, it might have Soft Boil, but that Toxic chip does rack up over time. Finally finds a Para with the Thunderbolt, though. I wonder if maybe we will see Milo switch here. No, Blissey switches first, so Milo stayed in. Probably to click refresh. Okay, gets full parried and Gengar. Okay.
And maybe didn't want that paralyze at all on Milo. Will-O-Wisp not being a safe click anymore, and Marvel Scale activating.
Yeah, in exchange for that, you do get the full paras, which is pretty nice. And a rare Flamethrower Bliss from CyberOdin here. Interesting. Flamethrower. Oh, CM Flame. Okay. So that should mean the last move's probably HP Grass, I would guess.
Almost
There's
certainly.
There's an old Dice team from a few CIs ago that was Superman with... There's a Weezing and there's this Bliss set, and this Bliss set ended up like reverse 6-0ing or something.
Wow.
But interesting to see it here. I wonder what the rest of Odin's team looks like then.
It seems to pair pretty well into most of Mako's team, just not the Gengar, and
Yeah, it is nice. I will say on CM Bliss, it is nice to have a move to hit Tyranitar super effectively. So I wonder if that will come into play at some point later down the line. That now, the DD. And with Milo, you have to imagine the DD tar measures are a little soft.
Yeah.
Metagross is not the greatest of DD tar answers. It's solid, but
probably still forces it out here.
Yep, it absolutely will force it out there, but... Okay, the attack raise probably won't matter because it's just going to be Milo pivot anyway, I feel like, from Odin's end. Or tech, yeah. I mean, you can tech first, it's fine. But Moltres being revealed as the last. Moltres is not all that threatening with both Milo and Blissey and even Salamence revealed, but it can still, like, even with just one spike up, it can still get a lot done, so...
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
Finding a burn on the Blissey swap.
Overheat here actually puts Blissey in danger.
Yeah, but T-Tar pivot does just about the same. You're going to force it out regardless here. Into Metagross. I wonder if this time maybe we'll see... Okay, just DDs again.
Definitely the safest play. Oh,
critical hit. We're not sure if that mattered. Well, I guess we'll be able to tell based on whether Doug kills or not. Doug does not kill, so it definitely did matter. Okay.
Oh, no.
But it looks like Mako's going to get bare minimum one more kill here, more than likely. Probably going to be going to a
Forretress.
Interesting. So, yeah, Odin's in a really tough spot here. I don't know how you... Okay, manages to check the DD-tar with the Fori, but at this point, Gengar looks like such a giant threat, even with just one spike. Like, if Blissey takes a Wisp on the swap and gets taunted in that position, like, it's really bad. Like, you might just lose right then and there. Even now... Okay, the
Fori didn't even survive that. That's rough.
If Mako taunts here...
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's really rough now. It's going to be taunt into Wisp, and then probably just a game win from this position. Gengar doing Gengar things versus this style of balance team. I mean...
Yeah, I don't even know if any... Like, would have had to have a really nice Metagross in on the Gengar, and just way too much would have had to go right for Odin to be able to bring this one down. Yeah, probably also needed some spikes up early.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know when you were going to be able to get the 40 in, though. I mean, maybe you could get it in on like a pert double or something, but it's really... I just don't really know where Odin's advantage was supposed to come from this game. It looks like a really rough matchup for him, I gotta be honest, but...
Absolutely.
Yep, you can just click Ice Punch, because Thunderbolt will kill the Milo, and Gengar should have this wrapped now. You can maybe revenge with Doug Rock Slide, but...
Or just go to Doug on the Bolt, yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean, just switch out. Gengar is not affected by Arena Trap.
Yeah. Okay.
Good call out.
Yeah, I mean, that'll get you an extra kill, but at the end of the day, it's just letting the ghost back in.
Yeah.
And Odin can maybe try to pull the Doug on T-Bolt trick again, but an Ice Punch into the Ments is basically going to signify the end of the game, I think. Yeah, there's not really much to be done at this point. Yeah, I mean, Odin, I think probably knows that. He clicks Rock Slide into Pert. That's not a whole... Yeah.
Yep, we can speed this one up just a little bit.
I believe so, yeah. It's just going to be a few turns of clicking Rock Slide into Pert, and then eventually, I think... Okay, just Hard Zagar. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't know if you died a Sir... No, this is fine, actually, because... Yeah, because you just fish full para, and then if he ever gets... Like, if... Okay, he gets the Refresh off. You can maybe Taunt here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, nice. Okay, so from this position, you should guaranteed win from this position, because it's just... Yeah. Even if you don't crit, you have T-Bolt into Bliss Follow, and it should be fine, but... I'm assuming that Bliss is CM. If it's CM Bliss, then you should just win. But
it isn't. It used Toxic.
Oh, it did use Toxic. I completely missed that. But
yeah, but I mean, still takes it down for sure. You Toxic into T-Bolt done.
Well,
this was fairly bulky Gengar as well.
Yeah,
maybe there was an out somewhere there, but I feel like it was
Milo
pretty.
Could maybe have done that, as weird as it sounds. You might run out of PP before is the issue, because Bliss can just try to take all your toxic PP, I guess. But
yeah, and Pert being immune to sand means that you can just pivot constantly.
Yeah, it's hard though, because if the Pert ever takes a toxic from Milo, it's kind of dicey all of a sudden. And if Guard doesn't get the crit there, then Surf... I actually don't know if Surf kills, but if Surf kills, then it's really rough. It's actually a weird situation that I don't know who would win. 160, 164. I can figure that out really quickly, but I'm gonna guess it's probably pretty close. If it's like standard 168, 164, I know Mako gets a lot of Mako does a lot of her prep with Sidlesius, and I know Sadly likes some offbeat Gar spreads. I don't know if this one is one of them, but if it's standard Milo, it actually guaranteed lives Surf, so it's from 47.
Oh, from 42?
Or at 42. Yeah. Actually, yeah, it should guarantee.
It's probably a roll, right, with sand.
With sand, it is a roll, yeah. But the roll is you take maximum 41.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So somewhere around the like 42 range.
Yeah, but Thunderbolt does
42% range to take it to sand range.
Actually, that was closer than it looked because T-Bolt does 36 to 42. Okay, yeah, okay. Interesting. Well, so maybe there was more at the end of that game than I thought there was, but either way, I mean,
I think maybe the line had to be taunting Milo while it was low and still paralyzed. Would have been like the easiest way, because then Bliss can come in. Bliss can come in, click Thunderbolt, and it either refreshes into dies to sand or just constantly spams recover. But you could get full parse.
I think you're correct. Right? I think you're correct. I think the best play was to instant taunt with. But the other issue is the Milo came in on pert.
Oh, you're right.
Was the issue. So it's gonna get a chance to recover guaranteed, basically. So it's kind of awkward, but I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could have positioned better for that, but I don't know. It's that might be reading reading like very deep into this endgame. But either way, pretty strong showing from Mako. They're able to clutch it out in a pretty good matchup for her. Odin, that's another loss for the Tyrants ADV slot. I believe combined it's really not. I think they're like 2 and 4 after week 6 now, which is not the end of the world, but it is. You'd like to have a couple more wins on the table, and they'll have plenty more chances too. They have 3 more weeks to go to put some more wins on the board. So yeah,
absolutely. And the Tyrants are doing too terribly, I don't think, even with that ADV slot. So
yeah, Tyrants are firmly in playoff contention. I believe they're top. They're might
top
be
4,
right
yeah.
Now. Top 4 for sure, yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you for joining me, Big Will, and for going over some of these calculations. Very fun game, and we'll be back sometime soon with more ADV revival content.
Yes, we will.